So everybody has been talking about distributed workforce these days. Distributed workforce is not just about remote working or making people work from home. This term has a much wider connotation. There are three fundamental dimensions of distributed workforce. First one, of course, is the most obvious: geographical distribution. Now, when a person is working from home, he or she is still based in the town or the city of his or her place of work, and they are just choosing to work from a different location. In the context of distributed workforce, people would now be able to choose where they want to work from. It could be a place like this. I've been working from here for the last couple of months and would love to be permanently based there. What it would then mean is my base location becomes this. People will be free to choose whether they want to work from tier 2 or tier 3 cities, whether they want to work in non-metro areas. From organizations perspective, it'll be an interesting paradigm because now companies could choose talent from multiple cities. Mobility will not be a fundamental requirement then. It will also have a very huge bearing on the real estate strategy of the organization. Companies like Facebook are already looking at how do they redesign the entire concept of office, where office becomes a hub of social activity rather than a place for delivering work. So those would be very, very interesting times. The second aspect of distributed workforce is around the type of workers. Today, organizations are getting choices to choose between a full-time employee, a part-time employee, a gig worker or a freelancer, or even a machine worker in a lot of cases. So work will then get distributed between these different categories of employees. This will have significant bearing on the kind of policies that organizations have, the kind of employer-employee relations and work contracts are in place, and also the overall framework of employment and work across the globe. The third dimension is around the distribution of roles and responsibilities itself. The world is moving towards an age of super specialization. More and more people now want to decide what they want to do, when they want to do, where they want to do, and even how much they want to do. So a typical role will get broken down or distributed into subparts where I would be only focusing on that one thing that I like the most or excel the most, and certain aspects of my role could be offloaded to either gig workers, fellow full-time workers, or even, as I said earlier, machine workers. NASSCOM did a very interesting study where they found out that about 95% of the IT employees of late have been working in a distributed way, and majority of those organizations have either seen a jump in their productivity or the productivity has remained at the same level. Clearly, there is no downslide of productivity and efficiencies are going up. It will be very interesting to see how this pans out. Technology will be the fundamental backbone of enabling this distributed workforce, yet organizations will have to completely change their mindset. And it's not just the new age companies like the ones that I referred in NASSCOM, but even very, very old and traditional companies like Tata Steel, for example. Earlier, I was talking to the CHRO of Tata Steel who said, we never thought that we could run a steel company through distributed and remote workforce, yet they have achieved this feat very, very successfully. So the future of work is going to be very, very interesting, and it will be evenly distributed around roles, jobs, tasks, locations, and types of workers. So welcome to the age of distributed workforce.